Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of March 4th. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my cult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards life you want. If you have a question you want to ask the cards, you can find information on how to get a private reading below. I also stream on TikTok on Friday mornings, you should check it out, it's a good time. I'll be doing 5 card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith with Citron, the Tarot of the Divine with Dangling Jade, and the Tarot de Marseille with Lapis Lazuli. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one, and as always, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, Group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. Let's turn the cards over. Well, that's nice. It'd be funny if the other 4 cards were scary cards, which is clearly not the case, especially when we have the lovers in the middle of the whole thing. But let me just adjust this for you. This should be pretty good if I did my job right. Ooh, nice. All right, I'll see you right now. Group 1, the 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, especially confirmed with the Hangman reverse here, is kind of snapping everything else into this reading into a vibe of finally moving forward with something or moving on from. I don't know if whatever you're walking towards, I don't know if this is a week of making major steps towards something or making major steps away from something. But with the Hangman reverse here, which you know, the 2 main interpretations that I often, bake into the Hangman reverse, because I made this card, is one of illumination through looking at things with a different perspective, and also a warning of stagnation. The Hangman is, hanging on a tree, by choice. That's probably why he's so chill. And there's also the fact that when the Hangman comes up upside down, he looks upright compared to the rest of the reading. So there's a definite aha moment, definitely confirmed with the Sun here, which is a card of joy, levity, but also clarity. The Sun lights up the day. It's the sun that makes us able to do things, not just from the heat, obviously, but I'm talking specifically in terms of light. So there's an obvious clarity here, and the sun is reinforced in the background of the Lovers card here, which I am interpreting more as the reading of divine choices. This could be, for some of you, a decision to move forward with a relationship, because that is the surface level way to read the Lovers. It's the Lovers, 2 naked people, clearly Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. I don't know which angel this is. I'd guess Metatron, because of course I would guess Metatron. Anyway, yeah, so this is kind of what is snapping the 4 of coins, 2 of coins, both reversed into their meanings. So I have the feeling that there's something that you're being invited to let go of. Given the vibe of this reading, is probably an old way of thinking, or maybe pride. Something that often gets people in their own way is either pride or comparing yourself to others. Those are the 2 major culprits, so I'm just going to throw both of those out there. So it might be a question of you getting over yourself, or it might be a question of you finally realizing that, yeah, sure, comparing myself to Joanne might be fun and all. Yeah, look how much further than me Joanne is, but Joanne is in a different situation. So what if I measured myself to my own standards? Actually, I almost moved on without saying this. I say this all the time. Well, when comparing yourselves to others comes up. Compare yourself to yourself last year or last week, or yesterday, or 10 years ago, or however far back or how recently you need to go to really see how much you've come forward. And that might be what can help you balance whatever you need to balance to finally take strides in your unique direction that only you can bring to the world. Wow, that was a mic drop, and I honestly don't think I left anything on the table, so I'm going to wrap up there. If you liked your reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description to jump to your oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 2, let's see what we have for you for this week. As always, I will identify each card because I don't misidentify them often, but too often. So we have the Page of Cups. Oh boy, you know what's coming. The Four of Swords, the Tower, don't panic. This is the Emperor reversed, and in the middle we have the Ace of Coins reversed with the Seven of Coins at the bottom of the deck. So this should be well framed for you. If I do this, then the rest should kind of just snap into place. Excellent. Little crooked, but close enough. All right. Group 2, this is a message of patience and humility. The way that these two themes are playing in, first of all, let's acknowledge what to me is the elephant in the room. With the Page of Cups here, I often talk about anime when the Page of Cups comes up. And here's why. The Page of Cups is a card of that weird, quirky thing about you that you kind of want to offer to the world. And anime is my go-to example because it's A, popular enough, and B, there are enough weirdos in that culture that it's kind of a good mix. And obviously, it's not just weirdos, which is why I love that example so much. Now, here's how it fits into this reading. I have the feeling that, well, obviously we have the Tower here, this radical, sudden, violent shattering of bubbles, this shattering of something that we thought we relied on that suddenly we need to do without. And the lesson in the Tower, which is a hard-earned lesson, which is why everyone hates the Tower, is that we never really needed it to begin with. And you know, we love our illusions. That's why we hate the Tower. Now, when Tower moments happen, the knee-jerk reaction that we have, and this is very fitting, especially for regular viewers of mine, because you'll notice themes that might have come up in your monthly reading in March, for the month of March. So it's very fitting that these themes come up for the first full calendar week of March. Let me just double check. Yeah, that is. I'm reading for March 4th. Anyway, when shit hits the fan, and especially if, you know, some loser tarot reader on YouTube has encouraged you to talk about the weird things that you like, sometimes the knee-jerk reaction would be to just bring it up right out of the gate. It's kind of like trying to fit the round hole, the square peg into the round hole. And sometimes you need to do less talking and more observing. And that is what is indicated in this, especially with the Seven of Coins, the card of patience, of reaping what you sow, but also in due time and evaluating like, did I put enough work in to justify this return or whatever, that kind of vibe. But this is an ongoing process, you know, and it's reinforced by the Ace of Coins reversed in the middle of the whole reading. So there is an opportunity, but it's a delayed one. And here's where we get into the double fours here. The more listening, less talking is what I'm getting from the Emperor reverse Four of Swords combo here, because obviously the Four is a card of structure, of you know, establishing the foundation on which you will build the rest of the journey to the 10 of that particular suit, you know. And when the shit hits the fan and you want to talk about that that gadget that the soldiers use in Attack on Titan, and how that little gadget that they use to make sure that their maneuvering gear is always functional kind of fits into the actual situation. Does it really? Is the question that you are being asked to consider here. So it is absolutely possible that the 3D maneuvering gear in Attack on Titan is the perfect metaphor for whatever situation that you're facing this week. But I would sit on it, at least for this week, or at least double check to make sure that you're not kind of just reflexively going for it, or maybe that you need to work on it more before you can deliver it to others, because we have the impatience, or I'm reading the Emperor reversed as impatience is the first word I said, and combined with the getting your thoughts in structure and the healing and rest. Obviously, this fox doesn't look particularly relaxed with a sword, you know, going through its mouth, but the theme of, you know, chilling, holding back is apparent. You know, traditionally this is a guy in a coffin. So yeah, more coffin time, less soapbox time is the theme here. And again, I think that you can use the 3D maneuvering gear as your own reference as you navigate the week. What I'm saying is to make sure that you really have it down pat before you advance too boldly in that direction. Because when monkey wrenches get thrown into gears and all the dust gets kicked up, it's difficult to see in the moment, and the sense-making desire that we all have, that I'm kind of trying to fill with tarot in the first place. It's kind of one of the functions that this tool serves. Is it's understandable to have that knee-jerk reaction. Just make sure that you're doing it the right way, basically. I think I've looped enough, so I think I'm going to wrap the reading there. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked your reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 3, Team Lapis Lazuli. Let's see what we have for you for this week. Okay. Very interesting. I like the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This should be borderline perfect for you. Nice. All right, I'll see you right now. Group 3, I'm going to speak as if these 3 people are 3 different people. It is possible that these are 3 different aspects of one person, but I'd rather just talk about it as if this is 3 different people. So hopefully you can map this accordingly if, you know, there aren't any group dynamics at play for you. So the overall vibe of this is one of reacting to change, reacting to instability in ways that are not necessarily the most enlightened, but at least having difficulty coming to terms with how to react to something. Obviously, we have the only 2 pips in the reading proper are odds, so there's an inherent instability to this. Now we do have the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck here with the nice little flower in the middle of it, which I really like. So I'm getting vibes of success throughout, success on the other end of this. However, what I want to dig down into a little is the different approaches hinted at by these 3 cards. And I'm going to start, actually, all 3 of these cards, I read them fairly differently than I do, you know, Rider-Waite-Smith, because the Order of the Golden Dawn came a couple centuries after this deck was already in circulation and used for divination. So that's kind of why when I read Marseille, I read some well-established cards differently than most have. And yes, we will get to Strength, which I'm reading differently here. Actually, let's start with Strength. So in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith representation, there's a gentle, calm, cool, poised, collected aspect of the Strength card. In this card, she's literally prying this lion's mouth open. So the aspect of struggle, the aspect of, you know, working for it, having to earn it, is much stronger in this representation. And on the flip side, the Star, which is another card that I read differently, this is more, the way it's coming through to me in this reading is more kicking back, relaxing. Why so serious, dude? That kind of vibe. You know, running naked in the woods is the meme phrase that I often throw around with this card. So we have the 2 extremes of, oh, it's a struggle, it's a fight. There's, why so serious, dude? Like, so what if I'm 10 minutes late or whatever? And somewhere in the middle, we have the the smooth, calm, collected veteran. The smooth, calm, collected is coming through much more in this card than in this card, especially given the vibe of this reading here. So I have the feeling that a lot of this is going to rest on the proverbial juggler here. And remember, we all have the entire deck inside of us. Any card can be any gender. I should have mentioned that sooner. But I have the feeling that it is going to be on the juggler to find the balance or the middle ground, or to be the negotiating grease that helps the star lady and the strength lady work together for this week and actually bring about the change that you want to bring about this week, so that you could get the flower that is in the middle of all this, which is difficult to see. And again, sometimes when there's instability, the things that that annoy you, that have always annoyed you a little bit about someone, those get dialed up to 11, you know, when the stress is up and there's instability and you don't know where to go next from where you're at. And the reflex of doing it the way that you usually do it will be that much stronger. And that's why people who have radically different knee-jerk reactions to things will annoy you that much more, because they look even crazier to you. So yeah, and again, I hate to put so much pressure on Juggler Boy here, but you're definitely well prepared for this, you know? This isn't your first rodeo. And actually, I don't think this is anyone's first rodeo. I think these are three people that have collaborated together for a while, hence the possibility that these are three aspects of one person. But yeah, just find the balance. You know, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, but all play and no work doesn't get the bills paid. You know, Jack starves to death in a ditch because he couldn't pay his bills. So try to keep that balance in mind. That's really the message for you, so that you can get the flower in the middle of all this. So that is a wrap. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump ahead to the Oracle card portion. I'll see you there. All right, let's lay these out. This should be good. Something like that. Okay, Group A, your card is, oh boy, The Attraction of Opposites. This is I Ching hexagram number 44. And the keywords are seduction, temptation, magnetism, a passionate encounter, meeting halfway, coupling, sexual union. So there are strong, obviously romantic vibes here, but there's also the notion of union of opposites, which might be more relevant to more people given the tarot readings that I gave. So I'm going to focus on that. You know, for those of you who are, you know, in situationships or whatever, who are seeing people, you can take that as a good omen, obviously. But it's really a question of finding commonalities between things that were thought to not have any commonalities, or at least very few. It's kind of like a temperance card, the playful mixing of opposites. So before I move on, I will read the keywords again. So we have seduction, temptation, magnetism, a passionate encounter, meeting halfway. That's the one I was hammering on. Coupling and sexual union. Group B, your card is the Observer. Well, I don't think I'll have to stare at this card very long. Let me, yeah, this is some kind of fox thing looking at the crescent moon with a telescope. So this is, for some of you who were annoyed by the tarot reading that I gave you that had a similar message, this might come off as annoying. I hate to tell you I told you so, but this is a week to, you know, observe more and just make sure that you cross your T's and dot your I's, and to make sure that you get to the bottom of the things, and to not get so emotionally invested, because if you if you observe things that you're emotionally invested in, you might accidentally be looking at the spyglass the other way around and making things look way distorted, you know? So keep that in mind for this week as well. Group C, your card is last quarter moon in Virgo. Attend to the details. Let me just do some quick sky math. Yeah, if the last quarter moon is in Virgo, that means the sun is in Sag. So, honestly, it's difficult for me to elaborate on attend to the details. This is looking like a week to, you know, cross your T's and dot your I's. I just did this for Group B, and to really make sure that you don't miss the forest for the trees, or that you're not so focused on the forest that you miss some trees. I guess I need an opposite saying for that. But yeah, that's really it for you, Group C. Group D, your card is intuition. Well, this is nice. I guess this is a pretty clear and transparent invitation to trust your gut and to know that sometimes when two things appear disconnected, that there is a lens through which they can be connected. And I think that that is something that you are being invited to tap into, and to trust your instincts on those connections that you make, no matter when you end up actually capitalizing on them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge for some of you. So yeah, I guess that's a good note to wrap everything else up on. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, please give this video a like. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll have a great week. Take care. I'll see you soon.